Welcome to Resilience Redefined. I'm your host, Michael Osterlink. This show is about building better humans, institutions, and systems. On the show, I'll be interviewing many different experts from across many different fields, including human optimization, health and fitness, team building, mind-body medicine. In the institutional space, we're looking at different institutions and how we can create new ones, new models and maps, including in medicine, in education, in intelligence community, in law enforcement, in the military, especially in the special operations community. Thanks for being here and enjoy the show. Hey guys, Michael Osterlink here. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the third pillar. Third pillar is social. We're going to break down just an aspect of it. So part of the third pillar is your social engagement with other human beings, part of your social ecology, as I refer to it. One area that you might want to look at really closely is if you're married or in a partnership, is that relationship. Because we want you to start thinking about not only how do I become more resilient, but how do I make my relationships more resilient? And that's what we'll be talking about today. So I'm going to talk today just from a heterosexual male perspective, because most of the clients I work with are men, although I'd say about 25% are women. But this is mostly from a man's perspective, how you can show up more resilient in your marriage or in your partnership. So I want you to think about it two different ways. One is what's going on inside your own system. I teach men how to manage themselves, how to regulate their nervous systems, so they can remain calm, cool, and collected, no matter what's going on in the world, whether it's in their relationships, in their community, in their workspace, whatever it is, or even things going on inside themselves. They can learn to manage themselves and stay calm, cool, and collected. So important. But the resilient piece not only is that, like how do I manage myself in a relationship, but how do I show up for my partner? And having done this work for almost 30 years now and co-leading with JC Glick, a men's group called Resilience Optimized, one of the things we've noticed is that men seem to have a tendency to want to fix their partner when their partner is what you might call messy. You know, their emotions are all over the place. And the guy's like, well, tell me what your problem is and I'll fix it for you. Like there's a solution to this. And, you know, God bless men for wanting to fix their partner's problems. And there might be a place for that. But let me back up, unwind that a little bit and say, what's important is to recognize if you do that, are you doing that because you want to help her or are you doing it because you're uncomfortable with her messiness? If you're uncomfortable with her messiness, that's about you being uncomfortable. So I teach men how to sit in that uncomfortableness and work through that uncomfortableness without the need to, I need to go fix her so I can feel better about myself or feel better inside myself. That's one piece of it. The second piece is teaching men how to show up for their partners. That requires, for many, a whole new approach. It requires some really crucial conversations where you ask your spouse, you don't tell your spouse that you're going to fix this problem and here's a solution. You ask your spouse what she needs from you in that very moment. That's really important. What she needs from you in that very moment. Does she want you just to listen? Does she want you to commiserate? Does she want some empathy from you? Maybe that's all she wants from you. Is she seeking your counsel? You know, does she want your help in solving a problem? You won't know any of that, or there could be a third or fourth or fifth option. Like you need to ask her what she wants. And I said at that moment, because what you ask of her at that moment, what she needs from you might be different 5 minutes from now. It might be different 5 days from now. It might be different 5 years from now. So it requires a constant inquiry. It's a curiosity. That's part of the resilience interpersonally is developing that curiosity. You want to know what your spouse is thinking, what she's feeling, or what she needs from you right then and there. And then you can adjust accordingly. I mean, you don't always have to give her everything she wants and needs from you that very moment. That's a choice you can make. But at least you have the information you need to take a decision on how best you want to show up for her at that time. That is so important, and that is part of interpersonal resilience.